What is going on to you Geminis? You Geminis actually have the Three of Swords, the Page of Cups, and then you have the King of Pentacles for you. So a lot of you Geminis, right? A little sleepy. A lot of you Geminis, um, so there's a sense of you Geminis basically not being the way that you used to, and some people are not necessarily accustomed to that, or it's kind of a new thing, or right, it's kind of a new thing for you to kind of adjust to, right? As you learn, as you live, as you learn and everything like that, you will automatically be different based upon what you've learned and how you move, right? So there's this sense of you Geminis basically being different now because you make different choices. You make different choices based upon what it is that you now know, right? So, that's one of the miraculous things about knowledge is that when you know something, now it becomes a choice based upon what you're willing to do, right? So if you choose to drink the soda or not drink the soda would have been your decision, but if you didn't have the knowledge as to what it does, you would have more drank the soda with a good feeling in you, right? As opposed to if you know that this soda is not necessarily the best for you, you could stay away from it and you'll go, nah, this isn't really what I would want to happen to me, right? So I'm just gonna put the soda down, stay away from the soda for a minute. And in any place you you Geminis, this is how you Geminis are. Got a lot going on, sorry. This is how you Geminis are. So the King of Pentacles here is about how but you have a good support system though for the people whom you know you can trust. And you have a good support system. You do your thing, you handle your business, you don't ask anybody for anything, you just stay focused, right? And the Magician and the Four of Swords represent how, all of that trying to hang out with everybody and hang out with people who turn out to be snakes and all of that and not necessarily trustworthy and all of that, you're done with that. The Magician is about like your life turning around, and the Four of Swords represent some of the things, some of the important ways that your life is turned around, like having snakes around you, having weirdos around you. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, a lot of people are disingenuous. Like I keep saying, a lot of people are disingenuous. Facts. A lot of people are disingenuous. All right, my love. You okay?
Yeah.
All right. Nice. So a lot of people are disingenuous. And so, like I said before, like it is I said before, right? Like, you just got to be on your P's and Q's. You have to be mindful of this because so many people, a lot of people come in with their agenda, you know what I mean? Running game and coming in with their agenda and all this stuff and all of that, right? And so the thing about it is that you're in a place where things are getting better for you, right? Of course, things are getting better for you. You've learned enough, you've put it into action, things are on point. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about kind of rubbing people the wrong way sometimes. I've talked about this before. You have to become okay a little bit with confrontation. A lot of times people don't listen to me, but I'm telling you, I'm giving you the game. You have to learn to become okay with confrontation to a certain extent because people got so many agendas, ulterior motives and all of that. People don't legitimately want to help you for the sake of helping you. And they benefit because it's the right thing to do, right? People so caught up, that's what I'm saying. Like, people so caught up with goofy stuff like money, and people are underneath the hypnosis of money. Money is their deity. Money is the most high to some people. Clout and attention and all that. And praise is the most high to some people. That's what they see as the most high. You know what I mean? And so they're willing to do anything, and they don't seem to understand that, like, you know, I've been giving you the game the whole time. Like, grind. If you going through discomfort, don't worry about it. Continue to go through the discomfort. I said this before and I'll say it again. Like, it takes 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers on YouTube in order to start getting paid from AdSense. You understand what I'm saying? So that means that prior to, you're doing these videos and you're not getting paid. It's uncomfortable. But at the same time, it's something that, if you really want to get, this is what you do, right? You stay quiet and you grind, you work. And you're going to start off doing it for free. And again, a lot of you Geminis have started off doing it for free, right? You're benefiting from it now. But why is it that you got to give it to other people for? And do all of this and do all of that, right? And help other people, right? When do they bring value to you, right? And you did it from being a weirdo, right? You did it from in their head, what their words, being a weirdo, right? Quote unquote, being weird, but the thing is that you're making it though. And so the thing is that the high priestess, which is Virgo, right? So a lot of Virgo energy in here, and the King of Wands represents, so you're not gonna like tell them a number of times. The high priestess represents, you'll just mind your way and do your thing and be quiet and handle your business and do what it is that you got to do and never mind about it. And the reason why is because of the fact that, you Geminis know that at the end of the day, all they're going to do is go down a wrong path anyway. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to yell. You don't have to get upset. You ain't got to do any of that. Stupid is as stupid does. They're going to do stupid stuff. They're going to be dysfunctional. They're going to, you know what it is that most people do on Fridays when they get paid? Party. That's what it is that most people do when they get on Friday, when it's Fridays and they get paid, right? Or the payment drops, because you get paid on a Thursday, but technically you can't cash it out until a Friday, which is the weekend, right? Most people party. You can see it in individuals, right? Those type of people are unworthy to unless they are investing and they're making good choices, or if they've made good choices where they could be like, okay, yeah, I made the choices, I put in the work. They're unworthy. And what I mean when I say unworthy, I'm not saying that they don't ever deserve knowledge. What I'm trying to say here is that the decisions that they're making, the ego is taking control. The ego is in control for the most part. They don't want to work. They don't want to do some temporary discomfort for a long-term gain, right? But you Geminis were willing to do that. And that's why you Geminis are successful. So because the star card, right, is about how you Geminis have more hopes and dreams that you are going after and that you want to see, and that how it is that you Geminis want to do and how you want to live your life, right? And you want it to be successful just as you're successful now. And then you have the 10 of Wands and the 10 of Cups. 10 of Wands and the 10 of Cups is that, and you're willing to walk away from a huge crowd or walk away from some more people if that's what it takes. Yes. Very true. Very true. Very true. Very true. You gotta be able to walk away from everybody. You gotta be able to walk away from society. A lot of the times people don't know how to do that because society is too much for them. Society is too important to them. That's the thing, right? How wild or how far are you willing to go? How spiritual are you really willing to become? If you're really spiritual, you shouldn't spend your time hanging around dysfunctional people. I don't spend my time hanging around dysfunctional people. Do I know a lot of dysfunctional people? Yeah, I'm in the world. But do I spend a lot of time hanging out with them? Nah. And, you know what I'm saying? I may spend 10 minutes with them. If so, then I gotta I got to get up on out. I got to get up and go somewhere or do something or go to sleep or something like that. I don't have I don't have all this amount of time to be sitting up there talking to them. Real talk. And in the future, I'm probably gonna have less time to talk to them because I'm, gonna be doing my own thing. And so it's the same that goes for you Geminis, right? I don't know why people have such a problem with me explaining my experiences. I don't know if people are stupid. I don't know what's going on, where people don't understand why as individuals learn from their own mistakes and other people's, right? People get so offended over some stuff that they shouldn't get offended about, right? You know, you know, it's so lame, sometimes so sometimes people, it's like it almost sounds as if you want to go through this thing by yourself, you know like they'll come to me, right? They'll be in the comment section, and they'll be in the comment section and they'll be like, why you keep talking about yourself? I already explained a million times why I did, to know that somebody is going through some of the same things that you're going through, and that they've learned enough wisdom to be able to help you out to get out of it, so you don't have to go through the same mistakes that a person did, right? It almost sounds as if you wanna get in it, so to complain and bellyache, cry to somebody and all of that. Like, shut up. If you're saying that you want to really evolve, shut up. Shut your mouth about that. Learn from other people's mistakes as well as your own, and stop being offended that somebody is giving you wisdom, years of wisdom, and to be able to skip over the stupid mistakes that they made so you don't have to go through it. But you're gonna have goofballs, short yellow bus individuals, and then you have goofballs that'll talk about the whole short yellow bus thing too. You know, they'll make it seem as if like I'm trying to like goof on some people. Let me explain something to you. Stupid and challenged in the mind are two different things. I know people right now who have autism, very intelligent individuals, right? I wanted to work with autistic children or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Because of how intelligent they were. I was trying to actually like figure out if I can volunteer or get a job working with autistic children. You know, they even calls the troll. They even call the trolls stupid. Do you understand what I'm saying? They even call them stupid because they know what type of time it is. They're like, yeah, these people are goofy, saying a bunch of goofy stuff. And so that's what's going on with you Geminis, right? You know what I'm saying? That's what's going on with you Geminis. A lot of you are in a place where you're just more spiritually advanced than other people, and they don't really know how to handle it. And the rate that you're going, at the speed that you're going, how you just keep like advancing, you're going to end up basically being in the world but not of it, meaning that you're in the world but spiritually you kind of separated from it, in the sense that you're not really a part of it. You're in it, but you're not really a part of the majority of the stuff that people do, right? um what kind of depicts this is if you watch the anime Bleach with Aizen, right? Sosuke Aizen, Ichigo Kurosaki, two of my favorite characters. What makes Aizen so powerful, and why Aizen will never reveal his Bankai, is because Kubo, the author, basically said it himself, that what is hidden is powerful and what is revealed is not anymore. And so, Aizen has never revealed his Bankai. And part of the reason why he's never revealed his Bankai is because, number one, he would like to keep it a mystery, but number two, it's like a flower growing on the cliff that you can't walk on, right? You have to climb in order to reach the flower. The thought of seeing the flower from a certain angle, but being on top of the cliff, but never actually being able to get it unless you're climbing, right? Mountain climbing or whatever. That's a part of the flower's charm, right? If the flower, if it was so accessible to everyone, the flower would, people would basically, take it for granted. And that's what Sosuke Aizen is in that regard, right? He's always holding back. And so that's the same thing, right? He's kind of separated from the world in the sense of, because his Shikai, or his Kyoka Suigetsu, one of his moves, is I think it's a flower, moon, water, something, right? Like flower, something, right? Where it's an illusion of like the moon is being casted on the water, right? The illusion of the moon's light being casted on the water. It's something that you can see, but you cannot grasp it because it's above it's above the perception of this world. And so that's where a lot of you Geminis are right now. Like, that's a natural metamorphosis or a natural shift or a natural change when you know that you're spiritual. You don't do a lot of the stuff that other people do because you're too intelligent for it now. You know what's in a soda, and you know what a soda can do to you. And so because you know what it can do to you, would you drink a bunch of sodas every single day? The answer is probably no, right? And so you got to understand that the people who that you're hanging out with who do drink a lot of soda, you got to understand that if that's the case, since they drink a whole lot of soda, you also have to take into consideration that you are starting to fall out from that group automatically because you're not doing a lot of the things that they do, which keep them connected, like drinking the soda, for instance, right? Watching sports. If you decide that you don't want to watch sports, guess what? Watching sports and drinking soda, for instance, are some of the habits that those people did that created bonding time. Now that you don't do any those things anymore, now what you're trying to say from your actions is that that's not how you choose to bond with them anymore. So naturally, they are going to look at you like you're different now. So let's clarify the Ten of Cups. You have the Queen of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, Scorpio energy, the Five of Swords, and then you have the Fool card. So the Queen of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, and the Scorpio energy here is about how you Geminis ultimately, right? Like, you see through past it, and a lot of it is just like jealousy and envy. You getting into beefs with people who just have beef with you, and they can't really just, you understand what I'm saying? Getting into all kind of beefs and all of that. And you don't want anything to do with them because, you can take it or leave it. But they're getting into beefs with you because you're a weirdo in their eyes, but you're being successful. And they're a normie or normal in their eyes. They are normal according to them, but then they're unsuccessful. So they can't figure out why is it that you Geminis are so successful in the first place. And the Five of Swords and the Fool card represent how a lot of you grabbed that penny on accident. While a lot of you Geminis, you're willing to become the outcast, right? And not only that too, but also it's a natural thing. Like, you're going to become the outcast when you learn. See, that's another reason too why a lot of people are so afraid of hidden knowledge, is because you're going to automatically become an outcast. You don't really have a choice. The choice is to embrace it and to not embrace it, but you kind of don't really have a choice, in a sense that technically you do have a choice. You can continue to go back to those same people that you knew, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you go back to them or choose them. They will still treat you like an outsider because of how much knowledge you have. And the knowledge gets to a point where you build the knowledge so much to the point where you don't have to do anything for people to see you. And it's like trying to mix oil and water. There's sometimes I don't do anything, try to be cool with some people, and people have made the conscious decision to not like me. Now, they don't exactly know why, and they can't necessarily put their finger on it, but they just decide that they don't like me. And I'm okay with that. And that's the change that I'm talking about, right? So that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. You got a lot of jealous people around you, Geminis. That's all. Let people fall out of grace with you as best as they possibly can. If they want to do that, you just remain calm and continue to do your thing and stay consistent. It's their choice. If you're trying to get a reading from me, the link to that is in the comment section below, called the Linktree link. Also too, we're at 29,486 subscribers. Smash the subscribe button, like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos. Peace, Gemini.